coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
The Manhattan Financial District awash in the setting sun. Live from New York, 2K Sports proudly brings you Knicks basketball. For the Miami Heat, they come in off a loss to the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. A real closely contested game. They couldn't come up with a couple of key baskets, and they lost by 3.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm.
The Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Lance Thomas comes in for Porzingis. Williams, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Roten subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. And a new group in for the Heat. Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosh. Johnson, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. On the court for the Heat, Freak, he's in at the point. Stoudemire out there with Winslow. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Johnson in at the small forward.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Calderon kicks to Thomas. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Heat have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been. And thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
Here's Freak. Move the ball. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Free throw good. Freak. Richardson, he's checked in for Miami. That one is no good.
But you guys, he was once considered a tweener. But now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage in his career.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
And it's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And here's Freak. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. 4 seconds left. Good D by Thomas.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
It's a tie game in New York. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. Two huge improvements for him. Greg, any more? And the new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Thomas comes in for Porzingis. Williams, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Aaron Aflalo. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Freak, he's in at point guard. Johnson is out there with Winslow. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Wade in at the shooting guard. Roten kicks to Williams. Wade against Calderon. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Calderon, that's good.
That's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Boy, I tell you what, the Heat made great use of the corner 3 last season. A lot of teams are using that part of the floor very well. Almost a third of their attempts were from one of the corners. Second in the league in corner 3s were the Heat.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Freak passes to Wade. Releases. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Roten, no good. Miami leading by 3. And it's Wade penetrating. Feeds it to Freak. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. And that's now 6 points for Freak. New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Calderon dishes to Thomas. There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. It goes on Justice Winslow. For New York, they had gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Free throw good, Thomas. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Freak kicks to Wade. To the middle. It's deflected. Just 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by New York. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And it seemed inevitable that they were going to lose that game with how they struggled. But in the end, they had an opportunity to win it.
Yeah, you know, Greg, but to me it appeared as though they just had heavy legs. I mean, just looked to be very tired out there at the end.
And the shot is good. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. It's a tie game in New York. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne, do you think the defense will be the focus for the second half?
Well, it is. You know, we got to get more stops, and when we get opportunities to get on transition, we got to look up and we got to get the ball up. I think right now we're getting rebounds and we're taking a break. We got to go, man. We got a very deep team. We got to use it. So second half, we're going to look to run a little more.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. Our passing has been very precise. I'll give you guys a lot of credit for that. We've been extremely smart with the ball, basically haven't given them any gifts whatsoever. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp, and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. If we go out there and show the killer instinct I know we have, this is not a team that can stay with us. Let's up that intensity.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Goran Dragic. And new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Lance Thomas comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams, he checked in for Anthony. And Roten subbed in for Jose Calderon. We've got Kyle O'Quinn. Aflalo is out there with Tony Roten. Then it's Derek Williams. And it's Thomas in at the power forward. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really, a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Pass to Roten. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Roten's got 7.
You know, watching Aaron Aflalo, incredible form on his jumper, excellent mid-range shooter who's made himself into one of the league's better three-point shooters, too.
Move the ball.
The offensive rebound, Stoudemire. That's good. Stoudemire's got the lead up to 12 now for the Heat.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Roten. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. And there are the Knicks with another bucket. When you're talking about Aflalo's impeccable shooting form, Greg, he can do it so efficiently in several seasons. He has been over 40% beyond the arc.
And also a terrific free throw shooter to go along with that. But it's his high percentages from mid-range that are really impressive. Hey, former NBA Shooting Stars champion.
Right.
Does that mean anything? Probably.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Now here's Roten. Defense right on him. Aflalo outside. Pulls it up. That's short off the rim.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing him.
Here's Freak. No good from outside. Knicks trail by 12. Aflalo the pass to Williams. Now here's Roten. He's got 7. Wide open look. And Winslow pulls it down. He gets it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Heat lead by 12. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
Check it out.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you know. On the court. Jose Calderon. And a new group in for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosh. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And Freak subbed in for Dwayne Wade. A moment here now for an injury report.
It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. The season is young, but that is tough news to get at any point in the year. We'll see how well the team comes together in his absence. Kevin?
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
On the floor for Miami, Freak in at shooting guard. Winslow is out there with Johnson. Then there's Dragic, and it's Stoudemire in at the 5 down low. Catching up on the changes for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Flalo comes in for Porzingis, and it's Calderon in for Anthony.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an in-sync. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Dragic. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Stoudemire, the screen. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Here's Freak. He squares up and sinks it.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Chris, tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind your game and how this team works so well together.
Well, I mean, it's just energy and belief. It's the belief system. You know, we all work hard. I work extremely hard, and you know, when I can go out there and just play and don't think about it and play with energy, you know, good things happen.
Chris, congratulations. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Goran Dragic. Let's go to Shaq. What can you say about his performance?
What a tremendous game for Dragic. This guy is a fantastic point guard. Whenever he's on the floor, the offense just flows so well. He can penetrate, he can start the break, he can score, and the thing he does best, getting everybody else involved.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew. Have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I going to throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit under his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're going to go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I got to tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention, and it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.